Okay, we are going to learn about how to find the least common multiple between two numbers. So let's give two easy numbers a try. So 4 and 6, and some of you might know off the top of your head what the first multiple they have in common, but I'm going to show you kind of a neat little tip. So look at what I have here. I have the prime factorization of each number. So the prime factorization of 4 is 2 times 2. The prime factorization of 6 is 2 times 3. To find the least common multiple, so we're looking at factors of 2 and factors of 3, and so you find the row that has the most multiples. So this row has 2 2's. This row only has 1, so we're going to highlight those 2 2's. And there's only 1 3. And look at what I've highlighted. I've highlighted 2 times 2, and now I'm going to highlight 3. And now we're going to multiply. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. Ta-da! 12 is the least common multiple. Then you could check if you count by 4s, you have 4, 8, 12. Now if we count by 6s, we have 6, 12, and we don't have to go any further. But listing multiples this way can get really annoying if you have big numbers. But listing prime factorizations and then highlighting, so let's do one more. So, whoops, well, I should have covered that up, but that's okay. We're going to do 12 and 32. And look at, I already listed prime factorization of 12. 2 times 2 is 4, times 3 is 12. 32, 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32. And again, we have factors of 2 and 3, and I'm going to highlight, well, this row has 2 2's, but this row has 5 2's. There's still just 1 3, so the least common multiple is the things I've highlighted. I go ahead and write down. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. We took care of those. And then you multiply it by 3. So 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32, times 3. So 32 times 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. 96. So, if this is where it'd be annoying, right? So if you had to count by 12, well, 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, 96. Clear down there, and then factors of multiples of 32. Well, there's 32, then 32 plus 32. Some of you can do that in your head. 64. And oh, look, 64 plus 32, 96. But look at that, takes a while to do all of that. So there we've got 96. That's the first multiple. Notice 32 isn't in the list. Whoops. 32 isn't in this list. 64 isn't in this list. And the other numbers in this list aren't in this list. The first multiple they have in common is 96. So the steps are, you look at the rows, that have the highest number of factors of one type. That's important, of one type. And you do that for each factor. So here we only have factors that are 2 and factors that are 3. So in one row we have 2 times 2. That's the row that there's the most. And then there's the one row that has a 3. And then you multiply those numbers together. So again, if we come over here, we have prime factorization of 12, 2 times 2 times 3, prime factorization of 32, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. There's the most factors of 2 in this. 32 has the most factors of 2, so I just duplicated that down here. And 12 is the only one that has a factor of 3, so I multiplied all of those factors of 2 by 3 to get 96. And 96 is the first multiple that 12 and 32 have in common, which I showed you down here. All right, that's it.